Hello everyone to another Catan video. So I'm in the second position and there is very little ore on board. Also not a lot of wheat. So seems like a difficult board. There is a lot of wood and brick and decent amount of sheep as well. I believe 8510 is a very strong spot. Pointing towards the sheep port would be of great help. Goes for 695. I don't think that's a bad pick either. In my turn, I believe I can go for 8-5-10. And I believe when it comes back to me, I will be getting something like 3-4-11 at the very least. Or maybe even something like 6-11-12. Sorry, 6-11-3 pointing to the left. So that's what I would do. Go for 3-8-5-10. And yeah, my game plan would be playing like an ore wheat sheep game. I do have a lot of ore and sheep already. I only need a little bit of wheat. Wow, so red and pink are both racing for the 9-10 spot. So if red goes for something like 9-4-3, they will start with a road in hand and easily get to the 3-1 port. Grey goes for the 6-9-3, which makes complete sense. And 8-3-4 is also okay. Should be pointing to the right exactly, trying to go to the wheat port. They do have a lot of wheat. Yeah, and on my turn, I believe I will go for 6-11-3. Um, Point to the right and then build on the 3-1 port and the sheep port, both of which would give me a decent production as well as uh, a good game for getting the getting a playing an over wheat sheep game. Although I mean my wheat production is very low, but with the sheep and the 3-1 port, I believe I can make do with that. Red is taking their time thinking about what they want to do. Yeah, so I believe something like 9-4-11 or maybe just 11-4, but I prefer 9-4-11 is an option for, yeah, they do go for 9-4-11. So at this point, as my only issue with building on 6-3-11 and pointing to the right is pink might take the 11-4 spot because pink themselves wants a road to begin with to cut off red. So that might be a little issue. But if pink wants a road to begin with, they can place on the 8-4. I think that's a better settlement spot. So this should not be the worst case. Yeah, so I'll just do that. And I believe pink will go for something like a 9-10-2 or maybe just the 8-4 over here. Excuse me. Yeah, pink is taking their time deciding what they want to do. 3-10-11, 9-10-2 and the 8-4 are all decent options. I believe 8-4 is the option they will go for. Point to the right and then also build on the 3 to get some wheat. First, obviously, they'll be building on the 9-10. Their production is also decently high. I mean, they have numbers like 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. So that's a pretty good distribution. Yeah, Pink is taking quite some time to decide what they want to do. I believe they might just end up. They go for 3-4. That is very surprising. And they start with a 7, so pretty sure they will be blocking the 9 brick, sorry, 9 wood, or okay, 8 wood. That's completely fine. And they are able to steal the wood away from red, get the road. That's very, very lucky. I roll a 6 on my turn. Not much that I can do here, so I'll just end it. Yeah, I believe the 6 wood gets blocked now. And red will steal from pink. Okay, red targets gray. That makes sense as well. So red is basically looking for a brick. 7 does roll. At this point, I believe the 9 wood will be blocked. Yeah. It's unfortunate that everybody is targeting gray, but gray does have a decent setup. Very strong wheat, and they will surely be getting the wheat port as well. The 9 is blocked, so let's see if this trade goes through. Not sure if pink has the break. I mean, they just, I mean, 9 rolled, so they do have the break, but I don't know if they have an extra brick to give away. Don't think that they are responding to the trade, so I'll just end it. So another 9 rolls. I believe pink will be willing to give me a break now. Okay, so they've used both their breaks. So pink doesn't have any break. And 11 rolls. I can do a 4:1. But let's see if anybody wants a wood before that. I won't be doing it for a sheep. Let me offer a sheep. Maybe somebody would be willing to take a sheep and in return give me a brick or an ore. Yeah, pink hasn't been responding to trade, so I'm not going to wait for them. Building on the 11-4 first because I believe getting some brick production and the 3:1 port will be helpful. And I don't want to be racing with grey for the wheat port. It's not like I do produce a lot of wheat, so it's not the most important thing for me. So the 9 block has been very, very detrimental for red and green. Sorry, grey. Have lost quite a few bricks. Sorry, wood. 11 rolls gives me a wood. Let's see if I can get a trade for a brick. The only problem is pink is the only one who has bricks in hand, but pink hasn't been responding to trades at all. Um, let's see what pinks want. Pink wants for their brick. Yeah, I don't mind doing this trade with red. So I'll just do that trade and get my settlement on the 11-4. Do roll another 3, so a decent start for me. The early 11s and 5s and 6s have helped me get my settlement. And 8 rolls, that's really good. I might hold on to my cards if another 8 or a 3 rolls, so that I can get my city before I can get a dev card. But that completely depends on how the rolls go. So yeah, 8 does roll. So in that case, I might just hold on to the cards. Let's see if anybody wants a sheep. The counter argument is I believe I will be targeted quite a bit now that I have my settlement on the 3:1 port. So the 6 word or the 8 or both can be targeted, and people can take away my wheat, which is important for me. So based on that logic, I believe I can go for a dev card. I do know that both red and gray already have a dev card, so they most probably will be playing it and blocking both the spots that I mentioned. And based on that logic, yeah, I will go for a dev card. I get a knight, that's pretty good. I'll be able to unblock myself if I do need to do so. Another 8 does roll, so that would have, if I would have just converted my sheep into wheat, I would have had a city in hand. But as expected, red does steal from me. Let me ask for a trade like that. Okay. So seems like gray. Okay. Luckily, gray isn't blocking me on the wood port. Sorry, on the sheep port. So that's a relief. But now gray has a really strong game, and that is surely something that I would consider. I will block gray now. That said, even pink has a very strong game, but they produce a very little wheat and ore. So that's why I would want to target gray over pink just for now. I get an ore, that's fine. And I roll a 7. So yeah, I will be blocking the 3 and again stealing from gray. I do get a wheat. So let's see if I can get any trades. Wouldn't want to spend these resources to get another dev card. Seems like red might be interested. Yeah, not a trade that I am willing to do at this point. So for now, I'll just have to get another dev card. Can't. Year of Plenty is really nice. So that basically gives me two resources of my choice. And luckily, I've blocked the three, so gray and pink both lose on wheat. So if a 6 or 11 rolls, I might be able to cut off gray on the on the wheat port. So yeah, gray is looking for a little too much, asking a 2 is to 1, but wow, and red accepts it. Luckily, gray just gets a dev card and doesn't build a settlement. So my option of cutting off gray is still open. So pretty sure the 8 over gets blocked. Steals from me, which is fine. and rules the 8 immediately. So that's a little unlucky that the 8 over got blocked and I was stolen from. I would have had a city in hand otherwise. Another 8 rolls. So do I want to cut off grey more than I want a city? No, I don't think so. I believe I can go for a trade like this. Red accepts it. Let me go for a trade like this now. Maybe something like this. Okay, seems like red will just go for a 1:1. Yeah, not sure if getting cutting gray off is important. I believe it is because they will be in a very strong position now that they have all 5 resources. So based on that logic, I will go for this trade with red. And play my Year of Plenty, get couple of bricks. So 7 is nice. So red does just has to lose 4 cards now. So if they would have agreed for a 2:1, they might not have lost the 4 cards. And they are still targeting grey, so that's good for me. Grey steals from me, which makes complete sense. And now I believe they will have to target the 5 sheep or the 10 ore because I don't have any cards left. Five rolls exactly when the 5 is blocked. Another 5. At this point, I can't do much, so I'll just have to end my turn with the cards I have in hand. So not getting the wheat port does hamper Grey's game by a huge amount. They have so much wheat production and they don't have any port. Will not be getting the 3:1 port either. Yeah, pink has been very slow in the game, but that happens from time to time. Some players just are not completely focused on the game and they will be doing different things. Another 6 rolls. At this point, I don't think I can do much with the cards I have in hand. I will just offer a wood. Let's see if anybody wants it. Yeah, I'm not going to wait for pink to respond to trades anymore. So now I'm not going to do a 2:1. I might do a 1:1 trade. If red wants to accept it, it's up to them. Maybe a trade like this also works fine by me. Um, sure, I might go for this trade. I mean, that does seem a little expensive, but it is still a 1:1. And I am able to get a dev card now, which is important, especially because I know the 8 ore and the 6 wood both will be blocked quite a lot. 11 is a decent roll for me, giving me 2 woods, so I can just do a 3:1 and build a road if needed. So pretty sure the 8 ore gets blocked. Wow, so red is still targeting pink. That's really good for me, I would say. In return, red does get a city. Uh, 7 is rolled. I believe the 6 wood is will be blocked. Yeah, makes complete sense at this point. So Most likely, I will be playing my knight and blocking the 9 wood, stealing from red. Yeah, I have to do that. I mean, red is not in a very strong position. I would still consider grey to be in a stronger position, so I might still continue blocking grey. Because grey will be getting their cities pretty easily, and they still do have the option of building on the 6-2. Grey ends their turn with 8 cards in hand. That's a risky move. Yeah, so as expected, pink is taking quite some time just to roll the die. Does roll a 6. So my wood is blocked, but I will be able to play my knight now. Will be stealing from grey as I've already mentioned. I do roll an 8, so I can get another dev card at this point, but I believe I will just hold on for getting a city and build my road towards the sheep port. A 7 does roll, so pretty sure the 8 over gets blocked and red will target me now. Yeah, so red does do that. Makes sense. It was bound to happen sooner or later. So Grey also gets their city. I was a little scared about that because once Grey gets a city, they will be able to progress in the game very quickly. Unfortunately, there haven't been any 4 in the game. Although I have the 3-1 port and the brick tile on a brick tile, but I haven't been able to get any bricks. As I mentioned, I do roll a 4. At this point, I believe I just have to get a dev card. And if it's a knight, yeah, I can play the knight in my next turn and get the largest army. I don't like this notification dot that Catan universe just wouldn't remove even after I have read the chat. It is a little bothering. That's why you see me switching to the chat and coming back to the dice statistics over and over again. Seven is rolled, so pretty sure the 6 wood gets blocked. And grey will be stealing from me. So grey blocks my 5 sheep. Unluckily, they do take my brick away. That's little unfortunate here. So yeah, now I am the prime target for everyone. That's a little unfortunate thing. I believe I will continue blocking the 9 wood after playing the knight. I do get my brick back, which is good, and I roll another 7. So now I will be blocking. I get another brick, completely fine with that. So now all I need is a 3 and I'll have my settlement on the sheep port. My issue with the game so far is that I am being targeted a bit. So that's why whenever an 8 rolls, I am just going for a dev card rather than holding it on for a city. And now they take my vote, so again I will be unable to get a settlement this turn. Unless a 4, 3 and 11 rolls. 9 rolls, not much that I can do here. So yeah, Pink gets their 5th settlement. I believe Pink is in a pretty scary position as well. Let me see if somebody wants to give away a wheat. Doesn't look like. What about a wood? Yeah, red might be willing to do that. Okay, I'll accept it and hold on to the cards I have in hand. Not much that I can do with them just yet. So another 4 rolls, giving brick to everyone. Yeah, I might accept this trade like this. That way I can do a 3:1, get my settlement, even if I don't roll a 5 or a 10. This trade also seems fine to me, but wouldn't want to give away the sheep just yet. A 3 would be a really nice roll for me. I wouldn't mind a 4 either. 8 is fine as well, giving me ore. Off late, 8s haven't rolled quite a bit. Another 2 rolls. Let's see if I can get a wheat somehow. If I don't get any trades, I might just have to end my turn with the cards I have in hand, which would be really unlucky. Maybe I can do a 3:1, convert my brick into wheat and hold on to the cards I have in hand. Maybe this is better. Gets me a little closer to the city and the settlement option. 11 is decent and will now be able to get a 3:1 also. That's an option. So if sevens don't roll, I will be able to get. I will go for this trade now. That will be a pretty strong trade for me. Okay, but trades with red gets a 1:1. A 3 would be really nice. Or a 11 would be fine as well. 11 or 4 also. Yeah, so Pink has been taking quite some time to respond to trades and also uh, roll the die. I think they are just preoccupied with something else and they're just playing Catan in the background. That's wasting everyone else's time. 6 rolls, that's unlucky because the 6 wood has been blocked for quite some time now. And a 5 rolls, I'm not sure what I can do. I can get a set, get my city, but let's see if I can get some trade for a brick. How about some trade for a wheat? Okay, because nobody is trading anything, I will just go for a city at this point, uh, and end my turn with the cards I have in hand. So now 8 directly gives me 3 ores. Yeah, it's an easy monopoly on ore, and I think That's a very good monopoly. 6 and 4, like 10 ores from blue and from me and gray is very, very strong. The only unfortunate part is red still has to do a 4:1 because they don't have any ports. Wow. I think Gray might accept that trade. It's a really lucrative one. Wow. So Red just ends their turn with 8 cards in hand, are able to get, and Gray immediately rolls a 7. Pretty sure the 5 sheep will be blocked by Gray. Okay, now targeting red, I am completely fine with that. So pink also gets a dev card. I think pink should hold on to their cards for a city. Pink is not being targeted at all. I do get 3 ores here, but not sure what I can do with those 3 ores at this point. Let's see if somebody wants a sheep. If somebody wants an ore. Okay. Because none of these trades are going through, I'll just have to end my turn with the cards I have in hand. Okay. So does block the 8 ore, but steals from gray. And now they are again targeting gray. So I guess I am lucky in that sense that I haven't been targeted quite a lot. Of 5 rolls giving me 2 sheep. That will be good for me. I'll be able to get a single dev card if nothing else works out for me. So my concern is I might lose the largest army to red in this turn. Another 5 rolls. That's very good. I do have a city in hand now. 9 doesn't help me much. So let's see if anybody wants a sheep. Okay, I can go for that trade. I know I am giving red the opportunity to get a dev card, but that is something that I have to do at this point. So now that I have my settlement on the cheap port, I'll be able to get dev cards pretty easily. My production is very high now. And I'm not completely out of the game just yet. I am still on 6 points. And yeah, red has to do these expensive 4:1s. So that's not good for them. Hopefully I'm able to roll a 7 on my turn. I wouldn't mind even if pink rolls a 7. Grey gets another dev card. So there are only 10 dev cards left in the game. So that is also something that I need to keep a track of. So 3 does roll. So that's a rare wheat for me. Pink gets their first city, so that's really good for Pink. I would love to roll a 7 now. I do roll a 7, so that's really nice. And I believe I have to block the 9 wood here. The unfortunate that I cannot block both uh, red and grey on any other tile except for the 9 wood. Maybe I should be blocking the 10 over a little bit more, because if a 10 rolls now, yeah, I will be blocking on the 9 wood. Stealing from red, which is completely fine, I believe. So yeah, so pretty sure that it's very unlikely that I'll be getting the largest army now, uh, because red has taken quite a huge lead when it comes to the army game. So I would be lucky if I'm able to get something like a road building, or maybe Monopoly or another Year of Plenty. If I get a road building, I will be building on the 5-2. Okay, so that's the Monopoly gone. I don't think that was a very good Monopoly. Okay, Grey just goes there for the longest road, which is completely fine. I can still cut them off if they are unable to build a settlement there. So another 9 rolls. Yeah, I believe Grey just played that Monopoly a little too early. They were a little too hasty when it comes to playing that Monopoly. On my turn, I will be getting a dev card. Have to block the 9 wood and steal from red. Do get a sheep, which is completely fine. Uh, I get a victory point. That's really nice, because I no longer am looking to get uh, more knights. Yeah, it is really difficult to steal the largest army away from red now. 7 is pretty decent. Pretty sure the 5 sheep will be blocked. Yeah, and steals from red, which is completely fine. So yeah, so I mean I don't. So let's consider what my game plan should be now. A couple of 8s and 5s will give me another city. I think I need to build a couple of cities and settlements and get another victory point or so, because nothing else helps me enough. Getting the longest road is difficult, and also getting the largest army is now almost impossible, especially because, so if pink has a victory point, so out of the 8 cards that are there, there are 3 more victory points in the game. I would like if pink builds a settlement on this 8 spot. Do roll a 7, that's really nice. So grey loses 4 cards, and I will be stealing from red now. I get a word, which is fine, not something that I'm looking for. A 10 does roll, that's the rare ore for red. I believe red will be able to. Okay, red ends their turn with 9 cards in hand. Wow, that is really something. A 7 would be very, very good right now. And 11 rolls. So I will be able to get a single dev card this turn. And 3 out of the 8 cards that are there are victory points. So that is really something. Not much to do here. I'll just go for a dev card. I get another knight. That's not what I'm looking for. A 7 doesn't roll, an 8 rolls. So that does help red quite a bit. Red will be able to get a settlement and a city, I believe. Red is in a really scary position now. They probably they get the victory point. I can offer a wood, but don't have the brick that Gray is looking for here. Wow, Gray gets 2 dev cards, so there are just 4 dev cards left in the game now. So probably before building the city, I would want to get those dev cards. And seems like Pink is going for the longest road. I don't mind that at all because as long as Pink is not able to get the longest road and the city, I don't mind Pink. So there are only 2 dev cards left in the game now. I would want to get both of those. A 9 does roll, and yeah, I'll get a dev card, get a victory point. That's really nice, and get the last dev card as well. And I get the Year of Plenty. So let's see. I mean, I have 2 victory points. I know Pink has 1. So most likely Gray and Red both have 1 each. So Gray is also on 9. Yeah, at this point, I'm not sure what is the best thing that I can do. If Red is on 8, then it is very difficult for them to get 2 cities. And if Gray has a single, yeah, so Gray is the one who is closest to getting a city, but yeah, but with the cards I have in hand, I don't think I can do much. Playing the knight doesn't make a lot of sense here. And if I play my knight and if Pink or Gray play another knight, it is just wasted. And 11 rolls giving me 2 wood. So wood is basically helping me convert it into wheat. I'm happy that Gray is targeting Pink and they both are going for the longest road, basically using their resources for something that doesn't help them much. Is that GG? No, it isn't. So that's a good thing, but I'm pretty sure they have 1 victory point. If they are able to get a victory point this turn, they will be able to win the game. Sorry, if they are able to get a city this turn, they will be able to win the game. Just making sure that there aren't any dev cards left. So pretty intense game so far. Okay, okay, and the Pink wins the game. I end the game in second position. Not bad. A pretty competitive one, I would say. Grey did try getting the longest road, I believe. Let's see the die statistics. Yeah, 4 rolled only twice in the entire game, but that would have given brick to everyone. Also, threes rolled early on, but then did not roll for quite some time. Yeah, maybe instead of building on the wheat port, if I had built on the sheep port, I would that would have been more useful for me before building it on the wheat port. But I believe then Grey would have had an easy victory, easy part to victory, so I had to do that. Sixes didn't roll enough. I believe a few sixes early on in the game would have been better. But overall, it was a pretty competitive game. Uh, yeah, not sure what I could have changed. Maybe I could have played the knight and blocked the six wheat stolen from pink. I did calculate for quite some time, but did not play the card. So maybe that was a mistake which I could have corrected. But pretty close game, pretty strong one, pretty competitive one. But I do end in the second position. Let's see the ELO board. Yeah, not a lot of change here. I am still on 1175. In this game, I just lost 0 point something. So didn't fall quite a lot. Yeah. Anyways, bye for now and see you again in the next video.